As you can see, I am in the car today. I may not be in the car the whole video. I probably will. But it's upload day, right? This is real life. And I have my blocks of time. And I have to go pick up the groceries because my husband's doing something else, so he can't do it for me. So I need to go pick these groceries up. And I said, you know what? This is going to be in the middle of my work time, my work block. So, but I gotta do this. So let me go ahead and do this video, okay? While we are waiting, while we're chatting. So I'm not gonna drive while we talk, but you're gonna, I'm gonna edit it so that I can talk and drive and do all those good things. So I want to tell you about a morning I had not too long ago, yesterday morning. I woke up. No, usually I don't wake up with an alarm. I just woke up when my body was ready. I went to the kitchen. I made my coffee. As y'all know, it's the coffee I love. Okay. And for a minute, I just stood there and I was looking out the window and it was quiet. Nobody was rushing me. Like nobody was needing me yet. The kids were still asleep. So it was just me and my coffee in the morning. That morning dew. The morning silence. Yeah, that's the type of morning I had. As I was sitting there drinking my coffee, I remember thinking about that I used to drive to a job in the morning. I had to be there at 7 in the morning. And I used to be up before the sun even was up, okay, on somebody else's schedule. And now my mornings are quiet. They're slow. Nobody's rushing me. The mornings are just Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. It's just the day of the week for me. It's something that I learned recently is that I do not take it for granted. Not 1 second. Because I know like what the other side of that, like what it feels like, right? And I know there is a woman watching this right now who is still on that other side, still setting the alarm, still making that commute, still dreaming about what I just described. This video right here is for her. This video right here is for you, okay? So today I'm going to talk about romanticizing the stay-at-home life. Not the fake version, not that stuff you see on Pinterest where everything is matching. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Or everything is spotless and the kids are well behaved, okay? Perfect. I'm talking about the real version. I'm talking about the version that doesn't get talked about enough. The version that I actually live every single day, okay? So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sharlrita Deloatch, and I am a homeschooling, stay-at-home mom. And I call myself a digital entrepreneur. What I do is I build income from home quietly in the background of my life. I do. Real talk. I've been doing this since 2014, so I always leverage the internet to make money. And if nobody has told you yet, let me be the first to tell you, you deserve to be at home with your children. Okay? You deserve to live your version of the soft life. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it, but let me go ahead and get over to the grocery store, and then we'll continue this conversation. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about, I want to talk about what romanticizing your life even means. And first of all, I want to thank two individuals. So when I first heard the word romanticizing your life, I've heard it many times, but I think what really stuck is that I heard it from my friend Felicia Kelly. She was talking about it on her TikTok, and she talked about romanticizing just the little things. And I'm talking about maybe romanticizing the fact that I have a car to drive, right? Like romanticizing the fact that, I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. Romanticizing the fact that, even with my family, of course, we all go through tough times, but we just got out of a storm where we are in a permanent home, romanticizing those things. So when she put it that way, I was like, you know what? I don't romanticize my life enough. Not enough. And I'm not talking about for the internet. I'm talking about for myself. All right, so the second person I want to bring, like, to your attention, who got me onto this Romanticize, and it was just last night on our mentorship call, is my mentor, and she said that too. She said, she has personally got into what she's romanticizing her life. As a woman who's 50, who used to be a nurse, she is, living a dream life. Spent 30 days in Mexico. Like, that's dream. Like, that's amazing. I would love to do that one day. Like, spend 30 days in another place, So she talked about that on our mentorship call, like how that's important. And I'm not talking about being braggadocious or bragging, but I think people see things as bragging from their own lens. And some of us, see things from just encouragement, like, wow, if she could do it. So to me, her content was saying, you know what? Not even when I turn 50, like, that can be a goal that I can reach, because I never thought about that. So we talked about that on the mentorship call, and I realized that even with romanticizing your life, it's about being grateful about where you are, and not saying that you have to relax or, be content in a way, but being content where you're grateful for where you are. So I'm so grateful, because I had to really think about that for myself. Like, Sharlrita, are you being grateful for where you are? Are you romanticizing your entire life? Because here's the truth. When you romanticize your life, you are signaling to other people that they can have it too. Like, that they can do it too. So I hope this is hitting. I hope this is hitting for you like it hit for me. But I want to go deeper into this romanticizing your life. So for me, when it comes to romanticizing, it means, and sometimes I think when people hear that word, they think like pretending sometimes, or pretending everything's perfect, because it's not. That's not what I mean at all. When I say romanticizing, what I picked up on, when you romanticize your life, I mean, you're finding the beauty in the ordinary. I mean, you are slowing down enough to actually feel what you have built. And I mean making the regular stuff a big deal. Because it is a big deal, girl. It's a big deal. I'm talking about like cooking dinner. That sounds simple to other people, but for me, cooking dinner every night for my family is something I genuinely love. Because I remember when I was exhausted from working, and the last thing I wanted to do was cook. I remember I had nothing left to give. So by the time I got home, I was tired. But now I cook because I want to, because I have the energy. I'm picking up groceries now because I'm cooking. I'm more present now with my family because I actually love my life. I love that I get to pick up groceries. I remember when I couldn't. I remember when I was penny pinching. I'm not just saying me, but we as a family, penny pinching. Not buying extra, because we were buying just enough to get by, just enough to have a meal for the night. That to me is what romanticizing means to me. Like taking the things that sound really small to other people and recognizing that it's actually everything. Everything. The slow mornings. To me, that's everything. Being there when my kids finish, even homeschooling. That's everything. Not having to ask for permission to take a day off. That's everything to me. When you start to see your life like that, girl, you stop waiting for a vacation to feel good. Your regular life starts to feel good, okay? And you really start to be grateful for where you are. So even right now, I want you to take a minute to be grateful for where you are right now. I want to get into the stuff that nobody really talks about when it comes to this stay-at-home life. And notice I didn't say stay-at-home mom or wife, okay? whatever you want to do to stay at home, okay? Because here's the thing, most of what you see online about being a stay-at-home mom, wife, or whatever, it's either one extreme or the other, especially on TikTok, okay? Either somebody is showing you this flawless, aesthetic, everything in color coordinated, that life, and honestly, sometimes they don't even feel real, it's fake. Or somebody who is venting about how hard things are and how they lost themselves and how they need a break from their own kids every 5 minutes. And let me tell you this, both of them, they can be true at different times, okay? I'm not judging either one. But what I don't see enough of is the woman in the middle. Okay, that's why I'm here. I'm the woman in the middle. The woman who is home on purpose. The woman who chooses this. A woman who has built something so that she could be here. And who genuinely loves her life. I'm not saying every single moment of it, but the wholeness of it. What I built, I love. I built it. I'm in control of it. I started speaking it first. First of all, I had the desire. God put the desire in my heart to be at home. And then that desire started to come out my mouth. And as it started coming out my mouth, while it was coming out my mouth, I was doing the work. It's not speaking it and then standing still. I was speaking and I started working. That's why I've been online since 2014, finding different ways that felt good for me at the season I was in. So now I'm in a different season where I like quiet money, but I don't mind building. I don't mind writing the blogs. I don't mind doing the YouTube videos. I don't mind having the podcasts, all these things working at the same time. Because number one, I'm skilled. I've been online for a long time. But number two, I don't mind doing this because I know, okay, there's going to be a point where all of this is going to continue to work for me so smoothly, okay, as a wife, that I know there are seasons. There are good seasons. There are bad seasons, okay? As a wife, I've been married for 17 years. There's going to be a time where my husband can't do. So and I'm not speaking that out, but there's going to be a season where maybe his income can't do. So that's why I'm building, because I know that when it comes to seasons, that those seasons are going to come up. So I don't mind building now. I don't mind doing the videos now. I don't mind doing the blog posts now. I don't mind creating the digital products now. I don't mind being affiliates of places like Boss Suite now, because when I do a video, there are going to be women that are going to say, yes, she's talking to me, and they're going to buy. I wake up to money every day, and it's not like magic. It happens because I built it. Okay, it happens because I'm still building. The building never stops. Let me tell you some things that nobody romanticized about this life that I think deserves to be celebrated. I'm talking the middle of the day. I'm talking about the middle of the day when you're at home. That's a different type of gift. A different type of gift. I've really been thinking about this morning. Like 2 o'clock on a Wednesday. The world is at work and you're at home. You might be working in your business. You might be doing homeschool lessons. You might be folding laundry, but you're at home. You're not in a meeting. You're not at somebody's desk. You are in your own space, living your own life at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday. To me, that's worth romanticizing. Maybe you're picking up your kids. Okay? If you like picking up your kids from school, or coming home from school. Okay? And you're there consistently. That's not small. My kids right now, they know I'm going to be there. They know, they don't have to wonder. Okay? And that consistency right there, that presence, that is something that I prayed for. I watched my mom work jobs and I watched her do her best. And I always said I wanted to be available. And I watched my mom even build her own business from home. I want my kids to always say, Mommy's been there. Okay? That is a gift I give myself every single day. Not having a boss. And I know this sounds obvious, but let me say it out loud. Not having to answer to somebody else about your time is one of the most underrated freedoms in this world. There's nobody approving my schedule. There's nobody telling me I can't leave early. There's nobody I have to impress or perform for. I set my own hours. In the middle of the day, I'm picking up groceries. I work what makes sense for my family. And that's the kind of freedom right there I don't think that we celebrate enough. That quiet. You know, like, I'm talking about when the house is in a good rhythm. That is the most quiet. That's the thing. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. You see, I don't have the words. A peaceful quiet. And I'm not talking about a boring. I like boring too. Okay? I'm talking about a quiet life that you're running on your terms. And I used to not even know that was something that I could have until I believe when I saw it, when I saw my mama do it, running her wedding business from home. She was at home on her terms. My mama would tell me all the time, honey, I'm unemployable. And I say that now. It's no job can pay me enough. I'd rather be at home. Okay, no job could ever pay me enough to do what I'm doing now. I don't care if I'm on my worst day. I don't care if I make $0 today. I'm not going back to nobody's job. I was able to pull over, but okay. Now I want to talk about something because I know somebody is watching this and they're thinking, okay, this sounds beautiful and all, but how does she pay her bills? Yeah, and I love that question because that's the right question to ask when you're watching people. Like, how is she able to live their life? So for me, I built digital income, a digital entrepreneur. So that's what sustains my life. Okay. When I talk about a soft life does not mean having no income. When you have no income, you stress. Okay, you just stress. You got a pretty filter on it, just stress. I don't like being stressed, and that's not what I'm selling you. Okay, I've been online. I've been making income since 2014 in publishing, writing books, doing those things, providing services. And then I got into digital products. Then I got into affiliate marketing. And then I just been stacking my income over the years so that my whole business, everything works together like an ecosystem. But let me tell you, the beautiful thing about that way is that I make money and most of it runs in the background, to be honest. And I'm not trading hours for dollars. I'm not clocking in somewhere. I am not grinding myself into the ground to keep the lights on. My income works while I'm doing life. For me, that's homeschooling. It works while I'm cooking dinner. It works while I'm on my morning walks. It works when I'm traveling with my husband for his business. That's what, for me, that's what's quiet income. And I want that for you too. I want that for many women that's watching my videos. And I'm not talking about the exact income streams necessarily that I do, because what works for me might not work for you, but the concept. Okay, the idea that you can build something online that supports the life that you want to live. Okay, and one of the things I always point women towards, especially women who are just figuring out like where to even start, is a community. It's a robust community called Boss Suite. And the reason I personally love Boss Suite is because they don't tell you what to do. They show you options. There are over 20 ways to make money online inside that community. And when you first go in, you got to take a quiz. And that quiz will help you figure out what income stream you should start with first that actually fits your life, your household, your personality, because it's not one path to this online space. Okay. And Boss Suite to me helps you find yours. Okay, I'm going to drop the link below so you can check that out on your own time. The point I want to make, and I want you to hear this, is that the soft life I am showing you is real. This is my real life, and it's funded. It's funded, and it's available to you too. Okay, so let me give you something very, very practical. Okay, so before I wrap this video up, I don't want this to just be a pretty video. I'm just venting. Okay, I want this video to help you. Here is how you start romanticizing your life right now, even if you're still at your job. Okay, even if you are not home just yet. Okay, you want to be there but not yet. Even if the soft life steals, it may feel far away. I'm gonna give you some practical steps and how you can make this work for you. Okay, let me clean my glasses off and we gonna get into this. Okay. Number one, I want you to notice what you already have right now. And I know that sounds so simple, but I want you to stay with me. Okay, so we're here. There are parts of your life right now that are so good. They are worth appreciating. I want you to start right there. Start training your eyes to see the beauty in the ordinary. Before you change anything, see that. Because what I'm learning is that gratitude is what makes the transition feel possible instead of painful. Okay? That's what I'm learning. Gratitude, being grateful for everything. Okay? Number two, I want you to get clear on what version of your home looks like. Your soft life. Not my version. Not what you see on Instagram. Your version. What does your mornings look like? What does being present mean to you? What do you want your kids to remember? Write that down. Make it real in your mind before you make it real in your life. Please write it down. Write the vision. Make it plain. Those that see it, they're going to run with it, okay? Those that see it, if somebody has to see it, they'll run with it. But still the first part, write it. Make it plain. 3, I want you to start learning the internet. I know. I know you feel like what? Yes, you cannot build the life you want if you don't have a way to sustain it. And the internet is where it's at. My husband wrote a book called The New Era of Wealth. I can't remember the subtitle off the beginning. But he wrote that book called A New Era of Wealth. And I love that he speaks on this because he talks about, it's a saying that he says, you want to make money in the era that we are in. You remember when people were making money selling CDs? You remember those? Like, especially the motivational CDs. Used to call the 1-800 number, get CDs, and get those motivation things sent to your house. Now, it just takes clicks of a button. So I'm saying all that to say, learn how to make money in the era that we are in. The internet is in. You got to learn how to navigate this internet. And I'm not talking about just scrolling. You got to learn how to not just be a consumer, but to be a creator in this economy. Okay? Be a creator on the internet. And I'm not talking about where you got to share your whole entire life and all. No, there's so many ways that you can get paid for being you. Yeah. You can write books. You can be a UGC creator, and that's user-generated content, meaning brands will pay you to create content for their website. Because when brands launch, they need a presence, right? They don't automatically just have the presence. They hire people like me and you to create videos, to take pictures. Not saying the influencer era is dead, but I'm just saying it's something new. We're in a different era now. Learn these things. That's why I talk about Boss Suite. Get in there and learn it. Yes, you can learn those things for free on YouTube, but my suggestion is to get in a place where you can get the information quick. Not just get the information, but the action steps to take to do this quick. Yeah. So I'm all about investing. Invest in yourself. Now, and I'm not just saying, oh, just invest in yourself. No, I need you to learn this internet. And even with the internet, you don't have to learn everything, right? You don't have to learn everything. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. You just got to start somewhere. Start with one income stream, one skill, one step. And if you don't know where to start, again, that is exactly what the link below is for. Go learn it. Figure out what you want to do. I promise you, if it's something that you want to do, Boss Suite more than likely has it, or they will create it. Okay? I just want you to know that the life that I described in this video, when I talk about slow mornings, when I talk about the presence, when I talk about the quiet income, when I talk about the no alarm on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's not a fantasy. That's my actual life. This is a life that I built. And I built it intentionally over time, starting from nothing. All I had was a desire and an internet connection sometimes. And if I can do it, you can too. You're coming from I came from odd jobs. I don't have a degree. I don't have a roadmap. Okay? I didn't start with a roadmap. You can do this too. It's not hard, but you got to start. And I think that's the toughest part. It's for people to start, but you got to start one step at a time. That's exactly how I did. We put our pants on the same, one step at a time. I'm no different than you. I just decided to start. And not only did I decide to start, I kept going. Whether I had to pivot, do something different, your girl kept going. I ain't left the internet. I'm still here. You can Google me too. I'm Googleable. So if you're ready to take the first step, I want you to go to the link below, put your name and your email address in, and I want to show you how to get started finding your path, okay, to this internet, to making money. It's real. And maybe even if you're not ready for that yet, that's okay too, okay? Just keep watching, keep coming back. Go ahead and subscribe, all right? Because I am going to keep showing up here and showing you what this life looks like from the inside, okay? I want to see you in the next video. And you know, as always, if you have questions, we can chat in the comments. I love answering y'all questions. I love chatting with y'all in the comments. And they got a voice note thingy too. I need to do those more often. So if you get a voice note from me, you know, just know it's me, okay? It's not a machine or anything like that, okay? But make sure that you take care of yourself, girl. I appreciate you for being here. And let's get it. Let's go. All right? Bye, girl. Let me go home. Because they waiting on me.